got a few toys, props. Okay, useful tools. So we have a strap, and today we're definitely going to use the foam block, and the chair is here. Okay, and this is how we're going to start. So Baddha feet together in that butterfly position is essential. Okay, so whether you're standing or sitting, you want to work toward getting those feet together. So today, if you can come to the floor, then let's take the bolster and bring it to the wall with the intention of bringing the sacrum to the wall and feet to the wall. If you cannot come to the floor, then you're going to come exactly and be seated. You need a blanket to cushion. So we are starting either in Baddha with the feet together on the chair, and for Selvega, she has taken a couple of bolsters, and her feet are now properly supported so that the knees are in line with her hips, which is super duper. For those of you that can be on the floor, again, the bolster is to the wall. And the work here is to take the feet together, sacrum to the wall as we continue our best to get that sacrum right against the wall. So it's almost to the wall, but not quite. And so Vega, feel free, let me get you a lower bolster maybe.
For what?
Can you get both your feet up?
I don't get it. I can start to play that.
If you need any assistance, let me know. So the sacrum, both sides of the sacrum are against the wall. The shoulder blades are against the wall. See if you can feel both the right and left shoulder blade against the wall. And we're lingering here for a while, just as everybody starts to get set up. So gently, if you're seated, press your sacrum to the wall. Press your outer feet together. And if you can, find a sense of rolling your inner thighs out as you press those outer feet together. And you can see, I take a look down to see where my heels are. If the heels are over to the left or over to the right of the line, the center of the pubic bone, take a moment and shift your feet. Typically, if the feet were over to the left side of the body, that would indicate that maybe the right hip was a little bit tighter than the left. And if the feet were over to the right, it might indicate the left hip is a little bit tighter. We don't want to encourage the imbalance or further the imbalance. So Vega, let me get you a smaller bolster. Okay.
Don't pay attention on me.
So it takes just a moment to observe and see where your feet are landing. So again, we are pressing the sacrum to the wall, shoulder blades to the wall, lingering here. So Simone, this isn't, we don't want to take a mudra. Take your hands and roll your inner thighs out. Shoulder blades to the wall. So see how roll those inner thighs out. You got it. Yes, nicely done. Pressing your sacrum to the wall. Yes. Shoulder blades to the wall. So this is one of those slow drip poses. Over time, you start to get a little feedback in the body, but there is that effort and participation involved, and we actively press the sacrum to the wall. Actively press the shoulder blades to the wall, rolling the inner thighs out. See if you can spread your toes. That's it. Dropping those knees down. Yay, everybody's there. Looking ridiculously happy. We're all together, yet apart. We're good 10 feet away from each other. Wunderbar. So let's breathe here together. Let's inhale. Feel that armpit chest lifting through the inhale. Feel the spine get magically long. As you exhale, try to lift even further up through the collarbone area. So press through those feet, lifting through the collarbone area, actively pressing the sacrum to the wall, shoulder blades to the wall. That a girl. So one of our lovely students just made a little shift. She probably could feel the sacrum moving away from the wall. So every once in a while, tip forward, switch your sacrum as tight to the wall as you can. Maybe bring those feet a little closer. That's it. And then actively press the sacrum to the wall. That's it. Rolling your inner thighs out. If you are feeling this in the knee, it can also help to take that strap and actively open the knee like so. If there's any discomfort in the knees,
Not yet. Just want to feel it.
spread the toes wide. So this is a better way of putting the strap on for a long-term rotation, but I was just demonstrating the direction. Feels great, eh? It's huge. Press your sacrum to the wall. Shoulder blades to the wall, letting the breath create that lift as the upper chest blooms and opens to receive the inhale. But use that fabulous exhale to let go of whatever it is you no longer need, but continue that sense of elevation as you lift even further through the collarbone area. Shoulder blades, sacrum to the wall. Let's start to refine this movement now. See if you can create a sense of lifting up through that right kneecap. Try to pull and lift that right kneecap up. So we are spending some significant time in this pose because it's hugely relevant to our yoga practice. It has profound effect on the other poses. It's just one of those poses. We need to drop the knees down. This area is the #1 disease center in North America for both genders, the pelvic floor. So feel that sense of pulling that right kneecap up, lifting up through that kneecap. You can see I use my hand just stroking the muscles above the knee to create a little magical sensation so I can create that connection, participating as I continue the action of lifting through the upper thigh. Let's lift the left kneecap up now. Left kneecap up. So girls, let's use the lovely ropes because we're all nicely situated. And reach your arms up and just walk your arms up the wall. Arms straight. So continuing that action of lifting that left kneecap up. So try not to yank the shoulders out of the arms. See if you can drop the shoulders down the back of the body, pressing those shoulder blades to the wall, pressing your sacrum to the wall, lifting that left kneecap and upper thigh up. Lovely Linda was saying how her knees are just not dropping down. So we're going to talk to those knees. Knees, release. See if you can let the mind go somewhere, let those knees drop down just a little further. That's it. And now we're focusing on the sacrum. The shoulders are nicely to the wall, the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Sacrum to the wall. Let's press the right side of the sacrum to the wall. Right side of the sacrum to the wall. Looking ridiculously happy that we have this wonderful opportunity. I truly mean this, how grateful I am to be able to be here in this room with you all. Pressing the right side of the sacrum to the wall, looking ridiculously happy.
Oh, yes.
Now let's press the left side of the sacrum to the wall. So these are refined movements. There's no outward visible movement. It's all happening inside. And as we linger in this pose over time, the pose moves from a muscular to more of an energetic pose. It moves through the transition of muscular to organic, and then it becomes an energetic pose once we've lingered here for, a good amount of time, 6, 8 minutes. We can start to feel how the pose will take on its own life. Pressing the left side of the sacrum, pressing the right side of the sacrum together. Pressing the center of the sacrum together. Lifting through the kneecaps, lifting through the upper thighs. Shoulders are kissing the wall, dropping down the back body. See if you can feel those shoulder blades dropping down the back body. Widen through your armpits from the center of the armpit out to the sides. So it's a microscopic movement inside the body. As we try and widen those outer shoulder blades. Okay, ladies, we're almost there. Let's take the left sits bone over to the right knee. Drag that left sits bone over to the right knee. Take the right sits bone over to the left knee. Nice! I saw those legs move. Beautiful. So drag that right sits bone over to the left knee. So you can't see any visible movement as I demonstrate, but I can assure you, I feel a sense of that right side adhering closer and closer to the wall as I actively try and take that right sits bone to the left knee. Right sits bone to the left knee. Now lift through your perineum. Lift through the perineum. That's that area right in here. Between the center, it's the center between the crack of the buttocks and the organ. Lift through the perineum. And we're there now, the full Monty. Search for that area of binding. Where is the binding? And let that binding go. Release. Send love to the binding area. Let that binding go. Staying tall in your spine. Release the arms down. So stay tall in your spine. Roll those inner thighs out. Drop those knees down one more time. Drop your shoulders down into the wall. Sacrum into the wall. Spread the toes wide. Looking ridiculously happy. And a couch and a TV, you can sit on the floor, use that couch as support, and you'll be amazed at what happens to your hips over time. Alright, so just do your best. Use your hands to slowly lift the legs up. And let's extend the legs long. So just extend the legs long. Lift your kneecaps up. Lift those kneecaps up. And do your best to spread the toes wide. So think about not just spreading the toes wide, think about lengthening the toes. Unfortunately, I'm not a good example of spreading the toes or lengthening the toes, but my heart is in it. And I'm connected. I'm in the moment, just trying to see what I can do to get a little response from the happy toes. Lifting the kneecaps up. Lifting the upper thighs up. Intelligizing the legs. Good. Let's bend the legs, and we're coming to stand. So I'm taking the bolster, and let's move the bolster off to the side. And I'm just wondering what we should do first. Let's take the happy chair. And to get a little stretch, I'm going to turn the chair to the side here, just so y'all can see better. Let's take the right leg onto the chair. Left leg is facing forward. So have both feet doing their best to get straight forward. And that's again, lift up through this right kneecap, lift up through this right thigh. Drop the right hip down. So reaching through the big right toe knuckle will help to activate that right thigh. Feel the action of the kneecap and upper thigh lifting, reaching out through your right heel. Drop the right hip down. So as you push through the right heel, draw that outer right buttocks cheek down. And just check to see that this left hip is on the left knee is on the ankle. We are aligning the joints correctly and then activating the muscles around the skeleton to support. Let's reach the left arm up. So reach that left arm as high as you can. And let's focus now on lifting up through the left kneecap. So the more you lift up through this left kneecap, the more that left heel roots down and creates that momentum of lifting and lengthening upwards. The right hip drops down, and we reach the left arm up. Reach the left arm up, 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 up. Let's take the right arm behind the back and just have the right palm open as you walk that right hand up the back. Take your time here. So as you inhale, feel that right crease of the armpit chest lifting. And on your exhale, press through that left foot, lift even higher up through the collarbone area. Good. Walk that right hand a little further up. That's it. Very nice. Let's reach the right arm up to meet the left. Lift both arms up. Good. Look up. Left thigh back. Let's take the left hand to the right thigh. Right arm back as we look over that right shoulder. If you're at the wall, you can bend your elbow. But drop that right hip down. Take that right hip towards the left knee. Lift through both kneecaps. Breathe deeply, everybody. Full body rest. Let's release, looking forward. Reach the arms up again. Lift through that right kneecap. So remember that right hip is dropping to the left knee. Let's hinge as we fold forward. So lift through the right kneecap, the upper thigh. Reach through the right heel. Reach through the ball of that right foot. Lift the belly up and over that imaginary hurdle as you take the nose forward, shoulders down and back. And that's it, everybody. Full body breaths. And let's slowly come and just release the right leg down. So if you need the wall, take the wall. Let's bend the right knee. And let's focus on bringing the inner thighs together. Okay. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Would you like a little assistance? Okay, sweetheart. Okay.
I lost my way.
We do once in a while, it happens. So first work, if you need the wall, take the wall. Take the wall. And just look at me so you can see me. So take the corner. Let's bring the inner thighs together. So bring your inner thighs together. That is the most important part. Inner thighs together. Left thigh back. Inner thighs together. So bring your knees together. So you can also grab the strap. Feel free to grab the strap. We have time here. So you see the beautiful loop, and again, if I needed the wall, I would use the wall. That's it. Inner thighs together. So inner thighs together is the most important part. You grab the wall. Now see if you can draw the outer buttocks cheeks in. Draw those outer buttocks cheeks in. And we're tucking the pelvis in and under. Releasing the tail down. Feel the armpit chest lifting. See if you can continue that sense of lifting up on your exhale, but release your lower ribs down to your hips. Good job. Squeeze those inner thighs together and then draw the outer buttocks cheeks in. Squeeze the inner thighs together and then draw the outer buttocks cheeks in. Lift the belly. Good job. Let's slowly release. We're not quite done yet. Let's take the right foot onto the chair. It can be a stool, a couch, anything. This is just your basic side stretch. And again, look at that left hip. Do your best to stack the hip above the knee above the ankle, and you can see how I rotated around the head of the femur bone. So Simone, see how the head of your femur bone is sticking out this left side? Draw it in. That's it. Feel how it draws the left thigh back? So it created more opening through this left side. And then drop that right hip down on the right side. Draw that right sits bone towards the left knee. So drop that right hip down. Pull up through that right kneecap. Right hip down. Draw that outer right buttocks cheek in. And let's take that lateral stretch. So remember we used to do this on the ground all the time. Same pose. Lovely Linda. That's it. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. You can see I'm trying to rotate the creases of that right elbow up, so I drop that right shoulder as far as I can. Right kneecap and upper thigh lift. Push out through your right heel. See what happens when you push out through your right heel. And now push down through the left heel and draw that left thigh back. Lift through the left kneecap. So see how hard it is to lift the left kneecap? Lift that left kneecap. Drop the right hip to the left knee. See if you can take your left sits bone now to your right knee. Left sits bone to the right knee. Lift through your perineum. Let's soften the binding wherever it is and see if you can come a little further. Good job. Nicely done, Linda. Beautiful balancing. Now the trick is how to come out. Let's slowly come up. All right. And just step your right foot down. Nicely done. And what do you say? Good job. All righty. So I'm just swinging around here so that I can see y'all.
That's intense.
It is intense. It looks easy, I understand. So, you know, I go down to the beaches every morning and do this simple stretch. You can do it anywhere. Just grab a bar. Doesn't matter where it is. Some elevation, whether it's a stone, a couch, doesn't matter. So keep an eye on the right foot. Let's take the left leg onto the chair. So you can see I've lowered the height. Typically I would be working higher, but we don't want to lift the left hip. We want to drop the left hip down. So press that left thigh, drop it down, and you can see my right foot sticking out. I want to stack that right hip. It's harder than it looks. So I'm drawing that outer right buttocks cheek in, lifting through the right kneecap. So that's where we're going to linger here for a few moments. Yeah. Reach your arms up. Just reach your arms up, especially that right arm. Lift it up. Take your left hand and press the left thigh down. And let's focus on lifting up through the right kneecap. Lift through the right kneecap. Keep lifting through that right kneecap. So the more you lift through that right kneecap, the more you can feel the standing leg, right? Correct? Drop the left hip down. See if you can drop that left hip right down towards the right knee, but lift the right kneecap up. Let's take the left hand behind and start to walk that left arm up the back. Walk the left arm up the back. Press through the right heel. Reach the right arm up. Lift the right kneecap up. Good. Keep lifting that right kneecap up. Walk that left hand a little further up the back if you can. That's it. that left arm and chest. Good job. Let's release the left arm and reach the left arm up. Look up, lift, right thigh back. Right hand to the left thigh, left arm back. Feel your inner thighs squeeze together, dropping that left hip down towards the right knee. Lifting through the left kneecap and thigh. Make that left leg longer and longer. Lift through the right kneecap. Lift through the armpit chest. Very nicely done. Let's one more time. Let's reach the arms forward and up. Working from the hinge of the hip. Try not to use your upper spine. Let's hinge from the hip as we fold forward. Lift through the left kneecap. Feel the belly lift up and over the thigh. Reach the nose forward. So lift through both kneecaps, everybody. Lift through both kneecaps. Breathe deeply, full body breath. Try to relax the shoulders down and lift through the armpit chest on the inhale. Lift through the collarbone area on the exhale. So go even further on that lift through your exhale. Make that left leg longer and longer. Good. Let's slowly come up. And let's step the left foot down. Sometimes it's a hard landing. And let's bring the inner thighs together as you grab that left foot. So you can see how a lot of us have to bend the knee and bring it forward. That shows that there is, restrictions through the front of the body. So it's important to feel your inner thighs. Let's lift that right kneecap up. That's it, girls. Good job. Lift the right kneecap up. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Feel that action now of rotating around the head of both femur bones. Draw those outer buttocks, cheeks in. Lift through the belly. Inner thighs squeeze together. Yeah. You can reach the right arm up. If you can feel a sense of as you squeeze those inner thighs together, scoop your pelvis, draw your outer buttocks, cheeks in. So don't let those knees release. Those knees are together, inner thighs are together. Lift the right kneecap. Lift the armpit chest. So if you wanted to take this a step further, Simone, you might be able to. The other girls are just great. You can take your right hand to meet your left. Keep your inner thighs together. That's it. Lift through the right kneecap. That's it. So this is different than opening the pose. Very nice. Let's release the leg. Very nice, ladies. Ooh. Let's take the left leg out to the side. Lift the left kneecap. Lift the upper thigh. Make that leg long. So push out through that left heel. Make that left leg longer and longer, Linda. Make those legs longer and longer. Lift through the right kneecap. Lift through the left kneecap. Let's reach the right arm up and overhead. So continue the action of lifting through that right kneecap. It will help a lot to open and draw that right thigh back. the knee instead of bringing the hip forward. We want the joints stacking. We don't want the hip forward of the knee. The right thigh draws back. It's a lateral stretch for the spine. Very nice. Take that left sits bone actively to the right knee. Y'all right there, Miss Sylvia? Okay. Good girl. Good girl. We're going there next, actually. So left sits bone to the right knee. Now take your right sits bone to your left knee. So you see the action C-bone and how the two work together to stabilize the pelvis. And then lift through your perineum, lift through the armpit chest. Release that binding that's come a little further. So drop that left sits bone to the right knee. Good job. Slowly come up. Good. Let's step the left foot down. Let's move the happy bolster off to the side for a moment. And bring your chair like so that the chair is completely supported. There's no possibility of the chair falling. Let's take the hands to the chair, step your feet back into a 90-degree downward dog. Turn those toes in. So how far do you turn the toes in? Enough so that the outsides of the feet are parallel. Let's lift those kneecaps again. Lift your kneecaps. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. So roll the creases of the inner elbows up. And as you draw your hips back, lifting through those kneecaps, draw your lower ribs to your hips. Breathe deeply, lift your toes, everybody. Lift those toes. Intelligize in those legs if they're a little lazy. Lift the toes even higher. Good job. We're coming into upward facing dog. Just do what you can. If you need to reposition the arms, feel free. Just be slow as you gently bring your pubic bone in towards the chair. Shoulders down away from the ears. You can see I'm just checking my feet here. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift through the armpit chest. Lift your kneecaps. Oh, I didn't get that at all. Okay, let's take the hips back and walk the feet in. Good. How's everybody doing? Good, Linda. So drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Lift your chest.
That must be good for the back.
So let's turn the chair around, just so we have the chair arm this way. We're going to do another stretch. So just as we would take that forward fold, just step your feet back. Taking that 90-degree downward dog. Let's step just the right foot forward. And lift the ball of the right foot. Let's lift the right kneecaps, spread the toes, drop the shoulders down. So we want to work the heels. And the best way to do that is to lift the kneecaps up. So pull up through the right kneecap, press down through the right heel. Lift up through the left kneecap, press down through the left heel. Lift your kneecaps. Draw your outer buttocks, cheeks in. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And now release the right foot down. And just lift the toes of the right foot up. lifting through the right kneecap. Let's release the toes down. Again, lift through your kneecaps. Lift through your kneecaps. Take your left hand over to your right hand, right arm back. Press down through the left heel, lift your kneecaps. Good job, everybody. Outer buttocks, cheeks in. Lift your kneecaps. Good job. Right hand back to meet the left. Just take your left hand apart from your right. Step your right foot back. Let's take that 90-degree downward dog. Lift your kneecaps. Try to feel your lower ribs draw towards your hips. Lift your kneecaps. So if you cannot lift your kneecaps, lift your toes. And then release the toes down. Let's come up and step the left foot forward. So lift the ball of the left foot up, shoulders down away from the ears. Let's work the heels. Press the heels, lift the kneecaps. Press the heels, lift the kneecaps. Outer buttocks, cheeks in. Breathe deeply. See if you can lift your upper thighs. Outer buttocks, cheeks in. Inner thighs, squeeze together. So press actively through that back outer right heel. Press it down, press it down. Draw that outer right buttocks cheek in. And now release the left foot down. Lift the toes of that left foot up. Lift the left kneecap, upper thigh up. Release the left toes down. Press through your heels, lift your kneecaps. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take your right hand over to your left. Left arm back. Press through the right heel. Press through the right heel, ladies. Lift through the armpit chest. Outer buttocks, cheeks in. Good job. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So heels down, kneecaps lifting. Heels down, kneecaps lifting. Outer buttocks, cheeks in. Take your left hand to meet your right. Open your right hand away from your left. Step your left foot back for our 90-degree downward dog. Just for a moment, pull those hips back. Lower ribs to the hips. Good job. Slowly start to walk ourselves in here. Let's take our happy foam block. Turn the chair so that there's no chance that your arm of the chair is going to get in the way. Take your block lengthwise. Just lengthwise. Actually, maybe half length, so maybe this length. And press your hip against the wall. So Linda, yeah, you got it, girlfriend. Either way, you don't have to worry too much.
Wrong way.
You got it. Now, just bring your block to the hip and step your left foot up. You got it. Good. So check that your knee is on top of your ankle. Let's take the hands to the wall. Turn your right foot in. Turn your right foot in. That's it. That's it, girls. Turn your right foot in. Press your left hip to the wall. Let's inhale, lift the chest. Lift your right kneecap up. Inner thighs together. So feel the breath lift the armpit chest. often bring a sense of immediate anxiety as the body starts to detox. So just surrender, accept, finished in a moment, and then let's unwind here. You can, if it's difficult and you don't want to grab the block, you use the foam block and just drop it. It won't hurt you. Okay. Good job. So yes, let's turn the chair around. Step the right foot onto the chair. Let's take the right hip to the wall, walk inside, hands to the wall, and here we go. Turn that left foot in, turn that left foot in, turn that left foot in. And press your hips into the wall. Let's inhale, lift the arm and chest. Breathe deeply, everybody. Lift that left kneecap, armpit chest on the inhale. Try to use the exhale to lift even further up. So we twist on the exhale. Shoulders drop down, armpit, chest, and collarbone lift. Press that right hip into the block. And I've noticed that some of you grabbed your straps. Whatever turns you on, whatever creates that axle twist, letting your exhale bring that twist forward. Going deeper with each exhale, each breath cycle. Lift the left kneecap, lift the upper back. Beautifully done, everybody. Let's slowly look forward. And again, if it's too much for you to hang on to the block, just release the block. Off to the side. Let's turn the chair forward here. And let's sit in a happy chair. Okay, so slide right back in the chair. You want to remove any memory of the twist inside the spine. So we're taking a forward bend here. Take your feet inside the chair, right to the chair legs. And slide back as far as we can, and try and take your hands through to the rump of the back of the chair, or wherever you may be. Just do what you can. Take a little time and allow the breath to get you there. The breath is really what's going to bring forward the opening of the body. So allow your breath come a little deeper, maybe even pausing if you can to slow the journey down. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy the breath as it leads the body to a place of freedom. right knee on top of the left. Flex your feet, so we're sitting back in the chair. And let's fold forward here, flex your feet. Try to reach the arm and chest further and further forward. Squeeze your inner thighs together. So feel the breath lead the arm and chest further and further forward. Let's come out. And crossing the legs, let's change sides. It's harder than it looks, isn't it?
It is.
I know. You almost feel like you can't uncross your legs afterwards. So, hinging from the hip. Try to reach the arm and chest further and further forward. So remember that pose I showed you earlier before the class started class? We'll look at that again on Monday. So arm to chest, reach your inner thighs together, flex your feet.
So simple and so hard.
Exactly. You can really feel it in the groin area and the hips.
Yeah. The cross legs and up.
So let's come up and continuing in this vein just a little further. Let's flex the right foot and take the right ankle. That's it. Flex your right foot.
Oh, something.
Piriformis. Stretch.
Piriformis. We have to get more creative because gym is not really a viable option for a lot of people.
Well, it can cause more injury or harm sometimes than good, especially when people are going home to get back to work and haven't been working instead.
So we were just saying how, it's easy when you haven't been active for months and months and months to injure yourself. And then you're behind the eight ball. And it's very frustrating and it happens to a lot of us. And during the pandemic, we're particularly vulnerable to this sort of thing. Lift off through your right kneecap. Reach through your right heel. So lift, pull the right kneecap up. Flex the left foot and hinge. Try to hinge here and not use.
That's a different story.
It's always a different story on the other side. Two sides are just not going to be exactly the same. You're just better off to accept it all and then take your step forward instead of lingering in this place where know, the two sides don't match. Defeating before you even got going. So just accept. My Swami talks about acceptance. Accept your mother-in-law. That one I found absolutely, he's so funny, so real.
But it's true.
You just have to accept. You have to surrender and accept and believe in that higher power and just hope. Good job, y'all. Alrighty. Uncross your leg that's come to standing. So, if you can, take that block and place it like so against the wall. Turn your toes in and under, and that's tuck, tuck, tuck. Pressing through the top of that foot. Try to feel all 5 of the toe knuckles. I knew I'd be popular on this one. So other way. That's it. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So if you want to use the foam block, use the foam block. That's not a bad idea.
Oh,
You all right there, Sylvia?
yeah, I will be. I don't want.
This is what ballet dancers must feel.
Oh, absolutely.
You're stuck. I don't know. Oh, shit.
So feel those 5 toe knuckles if you can.
Oh, unless you can bend, it doesn't bend.
Okay. Thank God we only have 2 sides, or 2 feet. So observe, that's all you're doing, observing the 2 sides. There's going to be differences between the 2. Try not to make an active judgment, just observe. Be a neutral observer. I heard a great remark about a year ago. You don't have to participate in every argument.
Like that.
Just observe. And how often do we have these little ongoing discussions in our head? Just observe and let it go. Find your 5 toe knuckles. Feel that sense of tucking and scooping. Try not to collapse to one side or the other. Let's release that left foot, just slide walk off to the side. Let's take our happy chair. And I'm turning it so the arm of the chair is on the right. Now, I am a little bit tiny and I usually need a little bit more support. So if I had a half block at my fingertips, I would use it, but for the most part, I'm just going to use the blanket for the moment. Come and sit on the chair. Take your right foot forward. That's it. So take your right foot forward, slide that left leg back, and line that left heel with the right heel. So do your best to not let this right hip stick out. So you want to see how the head of the femur bone is sticking out? So this gives us an opportunity to start to align properly the knee and the hip, the knee and the ankle, and I'm pressing actively through that big right toe to hopefully feel how this can create a stretch in the quadricep muscles. So do your best, and And then as you press through your right heel, draw that outer right buttocks cheek in. See if you can actively participate in that rotation of the right hip. And let's take the right sits bone to the left heel. Right sits bone to the left heel. And press that left heel down. Left thigh back. So if we were taking the right sits bone to the left heel, feel how taking the left sits bone to the right heel activates the left side. So, Linda, turn your right knee further this way. Yes.
You hurt my foot.
Oh. Okay. The foot hurts. So press through that outer left thigh. Draw that left thigh out. Press through that left heel. Press through the outsides of the feet. That's it. Let's take the right forearm to the thigh. Press through that back left heel. Reach the left arm all the way overhead. Press through the outsides of the feet, ladies.
Oh,
Right sits bone to the left foot. Breathe deeply. So the more you press that back leg, the better. It's the director. Slowly start to come out. And let's bring the left leg forward. And just come like so. Let's step and just change sides, just so I can keep an eye on everybody. Just come and sit in your happy chair. Let's bring the left leg forward. Sliding back in the chair so that my shin is touching the back of the chair. I'm pressing the left heel down. The knee, the ankle are aligned. The hip is drawing so the thigh is parallel. And then we take that right leg back. Just do what you can. Nice, Linda. Press through that left heel.
oh.
Press through that back right heel. Let's take that left sits bone to the right foot. So we're pressing through the back, big left toe knuckle to feel the thigh participate. We're pressing through that left heel, drawing that outer buttocks cheek in. Press through the outsides of both feet, especially that back right heel. Press. So it's a work in progress. Right? But the benefit is now the thigh is parallel. So very rarely in our warrior poses is that left hip dropping down. Usually it's an incline and the hip is higher than the knee. So that's the benefit of using the chair. Press to the outsides of the feet. Outsides of the feet. Press, 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 especially that back right leg. And let's draw the left elbow down. Reach the right arm up and overhead here. So press through that back right heel. Open that body to the side. Shoulders down, just do your best. It's a beautiful stretch, I can say that. Open that right side body by pressing through that back right heel. Press through your feet, especially the outsides of those feet. participate on this, so just see if you can. So the chair is at least 2 feet from the wall, at least. But for you, just start with 1 foot against the wall just to test the waters. Let's take our happy bolster and lean it on the chair. Sit right back in your chair. And let's take the heels. Let me move my blanket so y'all can see. The heels are on the chair, so back bends are about legs.
We've been here before.
We have been here before. So I just want you to get your legs working for your back bend. So let me demonstrate. At no time do these legs lift or leave the ground. And in order to accomplish that, you must press the heels down into the legs of the chair. Let me demonstrate. So resist having your hands down. You have to let your hands down. Let your hands go. Yes. So it's entirely legs, Simone. And what will happen is if you hold onto the chair, you will press down with your hands and the chair will go flying. So here it is. You press through your heels to lift your hips. That's it. And then we take our hands back. And we can see I've got not very much room here, but press through your heels. Press through your heels. I'll come over and hold your chair down. I bet you can do this.
I bet I can.
Yes, you can. Okay, press your heels. Lift your hips. Yes, you can. Good girl. Press your heels. Very nicely done. Press your heels so you see it's the legs, right? Very good. And that is my next. See how I'm holding your thighs in? Beautiful. Come on back down just so your chair doesn't go high. Press your heels. Nicely done.
Not today.
That's it.
So
this would be the, see how your knees are spraying? So that would be the adjustment here. Draw your inner thighs in, draw your outer thighs towards your inner thighs. If you wanted to take a second try at it, you can move the chair away. So lovely Linda, don't let those heels lift. Lift the pelvis. Walking the hands down the wall. Press through your heels.
No, I can't. I can only do it if I cheat.
Well, you can do it because I held the chair down and you did it quite nicely.
It just
Quite beautiful.
I need an aid.
Let's slowly release. All right, you want to play with those happy ropes? Come on up. You're just another stretch for the arms. Let's come standing. Take your rope, one rope. Arms 1 to 2 inches on either side of the knot. And the arms are straight. We walk the body forward. Arms are pillar straight. Simone, the arms are 2 to 3 inches outside of the knot. That's it. So we're creating the action of the arms are parallel and the hands are nicely stacked above the shoulders. Let's break the rope without moving the arms. So straighten your, take that claw out of your hands. That's it. Straighten your elbows. See if you can walk a little further forward. Lift your kneecaps, sits bones down to your heels. Lift your thighs, break the rope. Break the rope. That's it. Lower ribs down, lower ribs down. Good job, everybody. Break the rope. Break the rope, walk a little further forward. Thighs back, lower ribs down. All right, let's slowly release. Let's take the other rope. This feels so good, doesn't it? handrail. At every opportunity, take a stretch in the elevator
Or door frame. Hold on to the door frame.
or a door frame.
Oh, that's
Wrap your arms around the pole. Feel the armpit chest lift, 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 belly lifts. And see, so Vega, we have to do the dog pose. So if you didn't have ropes at home, you can always take a strap. All sorts of lovely things.
You think they'll close us?
Closed shelf.
Close this kind of place.
Oh, this, the stage?
I'll put that out there. Years.
That doesn't need to go to the
I don't think we're going to go step back that far. I think they're just going to keep the numbers low.
Okay, slowly release. Nicely done. Downward dog. So if you would like to use a sling, so Vega,
Oh,
yes, this would be an idea. You take your blanket like so.
you think stick is better than,
Well, if you can do the downward dog, you
no,
decide.
better downward.
Where is
No,
that?
downward.
Okay, super. Super. So, let's take our ropes. Cross the ropes. Let's take the right foot in the left hand, turning away from the wall. There we go. Well, well, ladies, well done. So Vega, you think you can do this? You don't want to just,
Don't worry.
okay, you don't want to just use one rope? Okay. And here we are, leaning away from the wall. Let's walk the heels back. And let's take the hands forward. Turn your toes in. Lift your kneecaps, take your sit bones down.
Oh,
So you can see every once in a while I take a look to see the placement of my hands and feet so that I am not furthering any imbalance. Take your left hand to your right leg and just look underneath your right armpit. Lift through those kneecaps. Take your left hand back to the right. Right hand to the left. Okay, underneath the left armpit. Lift those happy kneecaps up. Outer heel down. Breathe deeply, full body breaths if you can. Try to allow the breath to lead your effort. Take your right hand back to meet your left. Let's bring the forearms down to the floor, drop the head. So if you were at home and you did not have ropes, you would be moving from downward dog to this pose. Just dropping your forearms down, shoulders away from the ears. Feel the pelvis lift, kneecaps lifting, outer heels down. Good. Let's slowly start to come out wherever you may be. And guess what time it is? It's time for Shavasana. So you have many choices here. If you cannot come to the ground, you're just going to sit and lean back in your chair. You can come and lay flat and put your legs onto the chair. Have something for your head. Or you can just bring your legs up the wall. But this is really a great one. Another alternative. Quarter round, lock.
That's it. Nice. But then I have to get back.
Another way to finish your practice for the day. You can see I've got my blanket.
Oh, my favorite. One day, so I will do it.
In the placement of the legs need to be loosey-goosey, knees wide, feet together. And then the shoulder blades must be on the ground. So you can see if the shoulders are hanging high, then you're not really getting the value from the quarter round. The shoulders must be properly on the ground. The knees are wide, the legs are entirely supported. And then again, this is one of those slow drifts where it helps to elevate and lift the upper thoracic spine, right where that armpit chest is, the fire armpit chest that we're always trying to lift. We just find a happy placement for the arms, wherever they may be. So if you were to be practicing a lot of flow classes, a lot of primary Ashtanga series where you're doing a lot of forward bending, this is a pose that can really work toward, again, opening the upper thoracic spine and stopping that kyphosis, that rolling and hunching forward. It's one of those happy slow drip poses that just over time the transformation is there. There's no duration. your way down now. And slowly come into that easy seated position. So we can feel the silence here. Just bring your fingertips to the back of the bolster, elbows bent, shoulders above the hips. Lifting through that arm and chest. Release the thighs. Let your eyes drop back and down. And feel the height as you lengthen through each breath from the sits bones up through the sides of the spine. Keeping this height, this newfound length in mind, take your hands to prayer and thank yourself for the effort to exploring, living, and doing new things and letting go of the old. Thank you all. Namaste.
Namaste.
You guys look so
Oh,
great.
that was very good.
That was a tough one. They're always tough, aren't they? They look so easy.
Everyone